As shown in the video that presented the organization of our lecture modules, in each lecture module we have information about the learning goals and then the link for the lecture video. After each lecture video, there are learning check activities or questions. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate what some of those activities look like. In this example, it's a crossword puzzle. Students are to type in, they have the hints over here, and students are to type in their responses to the crossword puzzle. That's an example of one type of activity that's useful when you're trying to have people learn basic terminology. In some instances, there's both an activity and multiple questions that they can use to self-test themselves. And as described earlier, if they rest the cursor on the question, the answer will be provided for immediate feedback. When students are completing these activities, in many cases they can get immediate feedback as well. So for instance, in this example, they're supposed to sort cards as a function of which belongs to which of two differing theories in pattern recognition. If you sort to the wrong answer, you get a bounce back and it won't let you put the answer in the incorrect place. So that students aren't making a mistake and thinking that they're doing it correctly, that would reinforce incorrect learning potentially. Here they get the feedback immediately. Another kind of activity example is a selection activity. This presents the basic instructions to the participant. In this case, it's setting up an example of a kind of test of different theories of attention. And so it's setting up different conditions with instructions for what people are supposed to do. And then we can have different conditions in the experiment sample, and participants have to predict which theories would make certain predictions. In some cases, there may be more than one theory that would make the same prediction, and this activity allows them to select more than one option. Then when they're completed making their selections for all of the different examples, they can click on the check mark and see, did they get it correct or not? That way they can get immediate feedback and correct their misunderstanding right away. They can then reset the activity to try again. Another type of activity used in the course is a drag and drop activity that allows students to match concepts, or in this case, different assumptions of a particular theory with the assumption number. And again, if they try to put the response in the wrong place, they'll get immediate feedback that that's incorrect so that they can correct their understanding on the spot. In this example, the lecture is divided into several parts. In the first part, students are introduced to a design of a particular experiment. They're then asked to test their understanding of a theory that had been introduced previously by making predictions for what the outcome would be in that experiment. This sets up like a regular quiz question, but they can both view a hint and check their answer. In this case, no answer was given yet. This allows them to stop after that first part of the lecture and check whether they have comprehended well what was in that lecture and the theory that had previously been presented. Students can use this first activity to check their understanding before they progress to the next part of the lecture. And then additional follow-up activities further test their understanding. So this gives you some example of the kinds of activities that are used in the course. There are a total of 66 lecture content videos in the course, with some additional videos including demonstrations. Usually there's one video for each module, sometimes more than one. Following each of the lecture videos, There are these learning check activities and questions. Across the course, there are a total of 63 different learning check activities that are scored, and also an additional 150 learning check questions with the text pop-up answers. So this presents you with some sense of the kinds of activities that the course uses to engage participants in self-testing in a way that feels less like a test and has the motivation that they can earn points to accumulate towards their point total for the course. Thanks for watching these videos about the course.